Welcome to the most must-see NWR7 talk show in history. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Cody Dzis. I'm obviously by myself. Zach Barone, Nate Garrell, and Dylan Phillips are not with me this week. I gave them this little vacation because scheduling didn't work out, so I just gave them the week off. But it's alright. You still got me. You still got an entire episode of The Rundown this week. Again, career enhancing, career enlightening. Make sure you follow the Instagram at the same handle, at NWR7_ The Rundown, and subscribe to the channel. We just went under 200 after we had originally hit 200. Now we are back down to 197. I don't understand why, but please help this channel out by subscribing to it and help me out by spreading the word even more. Topics that we're going to cover today. Boys basketball, they've been on a roll in the last week. We're going to talk about them. And we're going to start off the day by talking about hockey, followed up by the Q&A later in the video. Hope you guys stick around for it, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given to us. Now, first topic, hockey. Now, we don't have like a specific hockey team, but we combine with Housatonic, and we are now kind of recognized as the Housatonic Mountaineers for hockey, so this is going to be kind of hard for me to cover all throughout the year, but I'll find my way of getting information, and I found this information out. So far, we have a 2-6 overall record. Our last game was a 3-1 loss to Woodstock, and they're in Division 2, so kind of was a difficult one. Connor Wilhelm this year, he is our only Northwestern hockey player, and he has 2 goals and 4 assists on the year, and he's leading the team in points with 6. So congratulations, Connor, for doing that well for our team. Now, standings. We are in 16th in the standings. So there's a lot of teams that are ahead of us. But the very first team is the Sheehan Titans at 7-1. The Enfield Eagles are at 7-3-1. The Newington Co-op Indians are at 6-1. The New Milford Green Wave are at 5-3-1. The McMahon Norwalk Bears are at 6-1-1. The Hall Southington Warrior Knights are at 6-2. The SGWL Wildcats are 3-4, along with the Wilton Warriors. Trinity Catholic Crusaders are 4-3. Milford Co-op Indians are 3-5. The Tri-Town Terror Cats are 2-4-2. The Massauk Panthers are 2-6, along with us. Joel Barlow Falcons are 2-5. And the Staples Wreckers are 2-6 as well. The BBD Ice Cats are 1-5-1. The Newtown Nighthawks are 2-8. And then the 2 teams that have still yet to get a win on the season are the Northeastern Shamrocks at 0-8. And the Chapag Spartans at 0-6. Personally, hockey, in my own opinion, has not been as big at our school, especially during the winter, because during the winter, it's usually more basketball that has been the main focus, and when it's not that, it's been swim or wrestling. But I truly think hockey is one of the more difficult sports that any high schooler or just any person will play. You not only have to learn how to skate, how to keep like speed, how to control yourself, but also how to control a puck and use a hockey stick. And I think that's like one of the hardest things about it. And no one gives enough respect to hockey, including myself. I haven't really given respect to hockey as much this year because I haven't covered it as much as the other sports, and I apologize for that. And I will try to cover you guys more. But I truly think that hockey is a very difficult sport. It's just very unfortunate that we don't have a team, so it's not as easy to cover. But I will try my hardest to cover it the rest of the year. And there, in our next game for the Housatonic Mountaineers and also Northwestern as well, is January 27th. It's a home game against the Wildcats from SGWL at 8 o'clock p.m. It's at Hotchkiss, so if you want to go support, the hockey team, then I suggest you go to Hotchkiss on January 27th at 8 o'clock, because you're most likely going to see some pretty good hockey from our high school students and from Housatonic. Coming up next, we're going to talk about boys basketball and the little run that they've gone on in the last week or two. And the Q&A is also later on in the video. That's all coming up next on the Rundown. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Rundown. I'm Cody Dzis. Nate Garala, Zach Barone, and Dylan Phillips are all not here with me this week, but it's all right because you still got me. Now, we have a very important thing to talk about. Boys basketball. They were originally 2-7 entering this week, starting on Sunday, heading into Monday. Monday night, they get a huge win, and then last night they also had another big win against Thomaston. Now, this isn't a pretty good start with a 2-game win streak to rebuilding what was broken at the beginning of the year, and there's a lot to it, in my opinion. So let's just go and run through this and see what we can find that's pretty accomplishable. Now, we beat the Platte Panthers. They're an outer league team. We beat them by 2 points off of a clutch Trent Valier putback. He had 15 points, and he was 7-7 from the field, so Trent had a day. Levi Delaney had 17 points, and he was 5-13 shooting, so a pretty good game scoring for Levi. And then, last night, they beat the Thomaston Golden Bears 53-43. Levi Delaney had 15 points, 5-16 shooting from the field. Trent Valier had 12 points, 13 rebounds, so he had a double-double, and he was 6-10 shooting. And this is only his third or fourth game back, so he's producing. And Curtis Blishy, a guy that has been playing pretty consistent so far this year, put up 13 points, and he was 6 of 8 shooting, and that is something that I am very happy with. And they all played really well against Thomaston. Keegan Daigle also had 10 points, and Chad Suckley had 11 for the Thomaston Golden Bears, but they lose another game, and they actually fell down in the standings. So let's check this out. The Terryville Kangaroos are 6-2. They are number 1 in the league. The Nonalog Chiefs are 7-3. The Wamoga Warriors are 7-3 as well. The Chapag Spartans are 6-3. The Gilbert Yellow Jackets are 4-4. We are in the 6th place position. We are climbing back up from a dreaded 2-7 start. We are now 4-7, and we are in 6th place. The Litchfield Cowboys are 3-6. The Thomaston Golden Bears fall to 8th after losing to us, and the Housatonic Mountaineers are 1-8, unfortunately. Now, in my opinion, I think the biggest difference maker and what's really pushed this team to become better within the last week is Trent Valier's performances in game and what he's brought to the table. I mean, he scored 27 total points in his last 2 games. He fires up every fan and every teammate, and that's shown because he is the most enthusiastic guy on the court. After he scores, he yells, "Let's go!" He is one of the most hype guys that I see on the court, and he rebounds very well. He knows how to box out. He knows how to get up and grab the ball, not tip it around, and he puts it right back up very strongly. He doesn't take any weak crap at all, and that's something to admire about his play. And I think this team has started to just build a better chemistry as the season's gone on. They've worked out their issues, I think, and I've talked to some of the players in this recent week, and they've said some of them have said, we are not taking any more losses this year. We are not trying to lose any more games. This is our year. They want their senior year to be memorable, and I completely respect that, and I think this team actually has the tools that it needs to get to the top of the Berkshire League and, in fact, win a Berkshire League title. That's just my own opinion. You can have your different opinions, but at the end of the day, opinions don't matter. It's what they really do. Now, their next game is this Friday, January 24th, at the number 1 team in the league, the Terryville Kangaroos' house. And it is a 7 o'clock start time. That's going to be a very good game, and I suggest you guys get some people to carpool and go watch it, because that is one of the bigger games that we will have this year. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the Q&A. We have 3 questions that are actually pretty interesting to answer, and I think you guys will want to stick around for it. Coming up next on the Rundown. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Rundown. I'm Cody Dzis. Nate Garala, Zach Barone, and Dylan Phillips are not with me this week, so it's just me. Solo episode. You know how it goes. I started off solo, so we'll see how this one goes. It's been a while. But this is career enhancing and career enlightening, as you guys know. That's the common thing around here. Now, we got the Q&A. We have 3 questions that I need to answer. And these questions are actually pretty interesting, and one of them was actually really interesting, and I had to get my old calculator out and get some answers. So this will be interesting. First question. What is the combined height of all the basketball players? I've never gotten a question like this on any of my episodes, on any of my Q&As. This is a funny question, and this is a question that this is the one I had to type up on the calculator, had to figure this out. Now, what I found, and I had to dig deep, is altogether this team is 77 feet and 7.5 inches tall if you added up all the heights of the basketball players. And I don't know if that's good, I don't know if that's bad, but we have some pretty big kids. We have some guards though that kind of bring it down, but it's all right because they produce, and that's all you ask for. This next question interests me a lot, and I've always wondered this, but let's just get right into it. Why hasn't Levi Delaney transferred to Gilbert yet? I think if he were to transfer now, it'd be like turning his back on Northwestern and his teammates, and I have a feeling that he wouldn't be as happy playing somewhere else. I think right now in the situation he's in, it's just a little rough patch, and he dealt with this last year, so I can understand what he would feel. But this year, they've just racked up 2 wins in a row. I think he has a better chemistry with everyone else, so I don't think, even if they were doing bad, that he would transfer, because I know Levi personally, and he's a very loyal person, and I know he fights for his team. He does not care what the problem is, as long as they get it fixed, and he's a fighter for his own team. He's loyal. So that's probably the biggest reason that he hasn't transferred. If he did transfer to Gilbert, imagine that. Hunter Smith, Dylan Crowley, and Levi Delaney all on one team. That would be one of the better teams in the BL, in my opinion, and I think Gilbert would probably win the BL title with that. But now it's a little mixed with Levi being in Northwestern. So thank you, Levi, for going to Northwestern and making our team what it is. Now, this is the last question. And this one has always been a debate over the years. Do you think the girls' team can beat the boys' team in basketball? I give full respect to both teams, like both sides, no matter what, because they all play hard. Every single person on each roster. If there was some game where the girls and boys had to play, then I would probably choose the boys just because of the height advantage and because of the shooting skills, because I think just overall there's many more shooters on the boys team than the girls team, because the girls team, they're very good at getting into the lane. They will shoot, but I think what they're best at is getting into the lane and fighting for contact, and that's how I think that's how they've won a lot of games. Now the boys, they have shooters, And it's just that they've been ice cold, so it's not. Well, some have been ice colds on some nights. Some have just not done enough. But this team has been playing pretty well, in my opinion. And they also had a tough road. So I honestly think if it was Northwestern versus Northwestern, girls versus boys, I think the boys would win. No disrespect to the girls at all. I don't want them to take it that way. So just know this is just a Q&A answer that I'm answering in my own opinion. So just don't take it personally, please. Thank you guys for watching. All those questions are answered, and that is a very good thing that we got them answered. So please subscribe to the channel. We need more subscribers. I literally was just at 200 and lost it. So now we need to get back to 200. So the road to 200 still technically is going. Follow the Instagram at the same handle as usual at NWR7_the rundown. And at the end of this video, you're going to see a picture of some fan art that somebody had drew for me. I'm going to give credit to you guys right now. Miranda Grustis, thank you for drawing that. Eddie Dayhill, thank you for publicizing it and also drawing it. You guys did a fantastic job, and your artwork will definitely be noted. And I will try and give both of you guys as much publicity as I possibly can. So thank you guys both for that. That's very thoughtful of you, and I love the support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm Cody Dzis. Peace.